Hello twin flames, welcome to my channel, and I'm saying welcome back to the usual setup. I'm back home. I am starting to publish August horoscopes on my other channel, Mindful Bamboo, and without further ado, let's get into the daily read. All right, we'll start with the Wisdom of the Oracle card and we'll see what's going on with those twins. I took a day off from readings yesterday and it felt really good. Spent some time at the ocean, at the beach by the ocean, and had my trip back home and just kind of like relaxed. Did a few things about the house, and it was just nice to relax and not have to jump to the camera and do the reading. So anyways, the feminines, you have the Round and Round card. This is the spiral of the karmic cycles, number 25, by the way. So what we are seeing here is a reminder that if you see some kind of repeated scenarios, repeated patterns in your life, this is actually a sign, this is a flag, this is something to pay attention to. And it may not be exactly like for like, hence the spiral, but whatever, if it's a situation that stands out, that somehow catches your attention or is bothering you, write down some of the things that are topical or typical, right? And even if you can't figure it out, just keep it there. And then the next one, and then the next one. And at some point you will see that, okay, so I see some repetition here with these topics, with relationships, with the way that money comes in, or the way you spend money, or the way, I don't know, other people see you, or, think of you and stuff like that. Like, how do you react to a certain triggers, maybe even not from people you know, but from a complete stranger, right? How do you make decisions? Something about it is coming up right now, something that you need to pay attention to, and it's there for a reason. And mind that none of the so-called negative events, none of them happen just to somehow punish you or put you down, right? They're there for you to notice and to know where healing is required, where your attention is needed right now. For masculines, we have the yang. This is the quintessential masculine energy, number 1. So masculines are standing strong in their masculinity today. It's almost like I feel like they've been doing their search and they've been looking at the feminine energy within and without, actually, right? But it helped them heal the feminine within. And now they're back to, again, this is also kind of a cyclic movement. They're back to reconnecting with the masculine, the masculinity and what it really means, right? And because they've already done some integration of the feminine energy, it brings the masculine energy into a new level of blossom, into a new level of recognition. I am back with the Light Seers deck, by the way. Just couldn't help myself. Bottom of the deck is 9 of Cups. It's a wish coming true. I love that there is accent to the heart here in this particular deck. It's a little bit of a dance even, or a jump, right? It's like this excitement when something is coming together. Beautiful. You get some clarifiers as well. It's like you've been gathering these bits and pieces, and now it's finally all coming together into one bigger piece. That hence the sentence that came to me. Clarified by 5 of Cups. Yeah, so maybe you've tried doing this before and you failed and you almost gave up, right? Or you had your doubts whether this is for you, whether you should go on. But you did go on, and in the right timing. Yesterday, the card of the day was about divine timing and that the universe is never late, right? So maybe back then you thought that somehow you're out of luck with this and it's just not in the cards for you. But now, because it's the divine timing, things actually starting to come to fruition and you're seeing the results that you were waiting for. Feminines, your energy, 5 of Swords, clarified Page of Wands. yeah, so there is, again, going back into this doubt and karmic cycles. So there is a sense somewhere that some kind of path is not for you, that it's just, it was all in your head. You imagined it and it's just not working out. You've approached it in different ways and it's not coming together. And what the cards are saying is that it's really supposed to inspire you to figure out a different approach, especially if you've been trying doing it the way that somebody else advised you, or that maybe you've read somewhere in the book, you know, you've heard somewhere, right? Like you are trying to kind of replicate that, and you're like, okay, I can do that. That's not too hard, right? And this is asking you to come up with your own approach, with something original, something that you'll be able to teach somebody else one day. The masculine, wow. Knight of Pentacles clarified by Four of Swords. Masculines are also getting things like, that's another variation of the Nine of Cups in this case. First of all, because of all these pentacles that are kind of on the road, and the Knight is, you know, almost like making it happen, right? They're not gathering them, but they're leaving this behind, right? But it is like piece by piece, essentially, right? So masculines have been preparing for the journey of commitment. For some, it's literally marriage. For others, it's just a committed relationship, partnership with the feminine, with their partner. And they've been preparing for a while. They've been learning. They've been checking the boxes of karmic learning, right? Like, I need to know how to, I don't know, well, something about healthy relationship, about doing finances, about being an individual, even in a couple, about starting a family, right? Like this kind of items, and of course relationship is a whole area altogether, but like little bits and pieces here and there, like the power, what does it mean, feminine and masculine. And we've been talking about it even in the series of these readings that I'm doing over the last few months, right? And now it's like we can see the bigger picture. So maybe we saw just this part, or they saw just this part, divine masculines, right? Like something was coming together, something was happening, but now they see a bigger picture and they understand it was all the path towards this commitment, towards this forever and ever with their person. Additional question, Eight of Pentacles clarified by Ten of Wands. It's not about quantity, it's about quality. That's what I'm hearing for this combination, right? A lot of times we still think this is the classic German philosophy, actually, from Immanuel Kant, that quantity turns into quality, right? Like the more you practice or the more you put in the work, the better the results are. But we are so much beyond that paradigm in this day and age, right? And so this is reconfiguring your brain, your mind, to stop seeing it that way and focusing on not just the perfection of doing it right, but also on following your intuition in determining what's the priority now, what makes sense now, what should I apply now. And understanding that if you're desperate, doing it more or longer isn't really gonna do the trick. What does it mean for feminine specifically? Yeah, we have Four of Pentacles clarified by High Priestess. This is exactly what I mean, right? This is not to holding on to like, okay, I've started building something, this is not enough, so I'm just gonna put in more resources, you know, it can be money, time, energy into it because I want faster results, or I want to do much better than this. Where instead you're supposed to be guided by your intuition of whether this even makes sense or not. Like if you have a goal, let's say you have a goal of making a certain amount of money, having a certain success financially, maybe investing all of your effort into this one thing is not going to do it for you. Its purpose was to create a certain level of stability, so you feel better about taking risks somewhere else and going further, right? So no matter how much, because it's not really what you're supposed to be doing and putting your efforts in, you aren't going to be more successful in it, no matter how much more effort or money you are going to invest, right? This is for you then to listen to your intuition and start realizing what is next. So you've built some foundation, so what now? For masculines, we have another 10 of Wands, clarified by the Chariot. Yeah, so masculines are dealing with the hardships. They don't want to take on all of this stuff, all of this luggage, all of these burdens with them for the long run, for that commitment we just saw, right? They understand that they're going to be moving so much slower if they have all this baggage, and you can take it literally or figuratively depending on your situation, right? So this is like looking at the baggage and trying to upload some of it to be able to get an acceleration with the new life, with the excitement that they have. How the feminine see the connection at this time? We have 8 of Wands, clarified by the Star. So this is essentially the feminine saying that we have a lot coming up for us. This is really exciting. To me, this is like actually getting downloads. So feminines are getting some visions, are getting some sensations, hearing some stories that are going to be happening for the twins when they come together. And this is inspirational. This is giving a lot of hope right now. And remember, we have Mercury retrograde coming up at the end of this week, which will last for 3 weeks. Of course, I'll do a separate reading about it to talk more on the specifics of this Mercury retrograde. But this is the time, just for those who are not in contact with their twin flame, this is the time when the possibility of someone returning into your life is. Like, that's one of the meanings of the retrograde, like return of communication with someone. So for some, this is like the sign of the omen of that. For how the masculine see in the connection, Queen of Cups clarified by strengths. So yeah, for masculines, they understand that realizing, accepting their feelings towards the feminine and dealing with them, whether they are positive or negative, or usually it's both, is giving them the true courage, is giving them true power and empowerment, as opposed to ego, right? Because this strength card could be either or. And a lot of times we've also seen that as a trend in the recent months, that they would be using ego in their life as a sign, or as a representation of the masculine energy. But what we see here and now is that realizing how they feel and where it comes from, whether it's the triggers and something negative that they feel, or whether it's love and them learning what does it feel like, what is it all about, what does it mean for me, like all these new thoughts, desires, energetic pulls. It's actually helping them, right? And this helps them to connect to their inner feminine, which is where I started, and help them see their power that they've never really been in touch with before, the masculine power, and hence the yang energy here. Okay, this is all I have for you for today. If you like the reading, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and to share it with others who may benefit from this kind of information. Until next time.